Hi everybody, I'm Mark and this is my review of the Knew Concepts Mark IV 3-inch fret saw with cam lever tensioning action and swivel blade clamps. Came into a situation not too long ago where I needed to cut some strip off of 12 gauge 2mm thick copper, and I knew I could take my old saw, and it was 6 inches long, so I could take my old saw frame and cut in halfway from one side and then turn around and come in and cut the other side. But I wanted to try and get it in one pass to make it really super clean and straight. And I happened to come across a Mark IV with the swiveling blade clamps, and I was able to turn that frame at a 90 degree and really just cut that in one pass, and it was really easy to do. I thought it was going to be really hard with that 2mm thick material, but I think the saw frame really made it a lot easier job. Just so you know though, I am kind of partial to Knew Concept saws, so this is not probably a completely unbiased review. I do have two others with the original tensioning device on them. I have a 5-inch and a 3-inch. There is a little bit of difference between the saw frames. The Mark IV is a little thicker than the Mark III, as you can see there. That does mean it's also a little bit heavier. Kind of a little bit more like an old German saw frame or a Swiss saw frame if you're kind of used to using those. So not quite as light as this one, but a little more robust too. As I was cutting that strip of metal, I was able to cut a really straight line, a lot straighter than I thought I was going to be able to. I think it was also because I was able to turn that frame and see that blade as I was cutting, so I really stayed on my line. And I also think that the thickness of this frame and the rigidity, the extra rigidity on it, really helped absorb that vibration, especially with that number 8 blade, that really big blade. And I was really able to cut it, bear down on it and cut it really straight. So that was really great. And another factor, I was doing that and I was thinking, is it also going to work out if I do a smaller piece? You know, it's kind of a big saw frame, and what if I did a 2-inch piece, maybe with 20 gauge material and a 1/0 blade? A little more complex design, a little tighter design. And so I did. I set up the saw frame with the frame at a 90 degree, and I started to cut it, and it was phenomenal. And the biggest thing for me is that I could see the blade. Normally when I'm working, I work with 2 levels of optics. One is my readers, and on top of that I have to wear my optivisor. And that's just so I can see what I'm doing. But what that does is it really shortens my focal distance. And so when I'm sawing, I have to get like right behind that saw frame. And there are occasions when I'm going around sawing and it's going ka-chunk, 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 hitting my optivisor. And it usually does that a couple of times before I get smart enough to turn my head and look around the frame so I can see what I'm doing. Didn't have that happen with the blade turned at 90 degrees like that. I was able to sit behind the blade and just watch it cut and turn the piece, and it went really smoothly. So I was really happy with that. That was really cool. Well, I hope that helped, and I hope you get a chance to pick one of these up and give it a try, especially if you need to cut long strip. That's where this thing really shines, because yeah, I could cut a 12-inch long strip just going down like that. It'll take a while, but I could cut it straight and I can cut it long just like that. So that's my review of the saw. If you have any questions, give us a call.